Today I want to discuss direction sense test in LR. Direction means there are four basic directions. What are the directions? North, south, east, west. So we have four basic directions in our idea of test of directions. Logical reasoning, what we need to do, we have to judge which direction anybody is moving or which direction any object is present, like that. So the basic directions are, the above side is north, we are denoting the upper side, lower side is south, this side is east, and this side is west. Now we have four more subs directions dividing this north and south east direction equally is northeast, northeast. This south and east divided southeast. Similarly, this is northwest, and this direction is southwest. So we have total 8 directions in our direction sense test. Now normally we assume that it is north direction if it is not mentioned, but that should be mentioned. Second thing what we need is north facing. If I say north facing, anything is facing north, anything is facing north, north facing, then what happened, that is this direction is north, we consider this side, this is called the right hand side. Always you do one thing, you just imagine that you are standing facing north and think your right hand, this side is right hand, this side, and this side is, that is east is right side, and that is east. And if you say the left side, then that is always west. But if I take the face to be in the south direction, south facing, when anybody is facing south, then this direction is left direction. When you are facing south, then your left and right hand will be reversed, and right hand will be, that is the other side, will be the, this side will be west, will be right side, east will be left side. So this is the direction we normally remember. Similarly, if we see the idea of like east facing, facing east. So east facing concept, east facing, then this side, this upper side will be left, that is north will be left, north direction will be left, and south direction will be right. So anybody standing towards the sun in the morning time, his left hand will indicate the north and right hand will indicate the south, this way. But when you are facing west facing, then obviously the idea will be reversed. That means then it will be left, that is south will be left, and left will be south, and right will be, right hand will be north. So these are the basic directions we should remember. Normally we have some few types of questions in direction sense test. One more point I must mention here, that from east to west this movement is anti-clockwise, that is from east to west, then going this way from west to south, and then east again. So east to north, then west, this is anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise movement will be from right hand to left hand facing north, and clockwise will be the reverse. Then from east to west towards south, this will be clockwise. So clockwise and anti-clockwise, how to judge? You can do one thing. You have your watch, you have the watch in your hand. Look at the second's hand. You can understand which side it is moving, that is the clockwise. Now, another important issue will be the shadow. Regarding the shadow, shadow means which side the shadow will be. If anybody is standing in the morning, shadow. During the morning, if a person is facing the sun, then his shadow will be towards west, because east and west shadow will be backward. But if a person is facing the north, if a person is not facing during the morning, not facing morning time, this is morning time, so this side the sun will be, this is the morning time. So during the morning, sun, when he is facing north, is on the right hand side, sun will be on the right hand side, and his shadow will be the other side, that is west direction, which is left hand side. So one question may be asked that a person is seeing his shadow towards the left, that means he is facing north. But if the person is facing north during the south facing, if a person is facing south in the morning, if a person is facing south in the morning, that means sun will be as usual in the east direction, morning time. Then what happens? His shadow, he will observe towards his right hand direction. But in the north facing direction, his left hand will be the shadow. This will be the shadow. In the morning time facing north, but facing south morning time, his shadow will be other side of the sun, other side, and that is west side, and that will be his left hand direction, right hand direction, because sun will be on the left hand side. So it will be reversed. So shadow, the direction of shadow will be reversed if the person has reversed his face. If he is facing towards north and morning, the sun will be this side, the shadow will be this side, that is left side. But if he is facing south, sun will be towards his left side, the shadow will be right side, that is west direction. But in the evening, if you take the case of evening time, it will be reverse. Evening time, what will happen? A person who is north facing, will find the shadow, because sun is this side. Then evening, shadow will be on the right hand side. And if he is facing south, the person is facing south facing the person standing in the evening, sun is here, so his shadow will be towards his left hand. So these are the ideas of the concept of shadow. In other sense, anybody standing on his head, then you just think the reversed point. Standing on his head means a person is standing on his head, like a person standing on his head. Standing on head. Then one thing you must remember, his right hand will be becoming left hand, left will be changed to right. Standing on his head will interchange the left hand and right hand. Normally a person standing on his leg, normal standing position, not facing persons will be finding his right hand towards east and left hand towards west. But if he is reversed his position, that is, if he is downward position, opposite position, then his left and right hand will be interchanged. He is not facing, still he is not facing, still he is not facing, it is also not facing. First case he was not facing, now also he is not facing, but his face is towards north, but his body, this standing position now becomes reverse standing position. So it will be left and right hand will be interchanged. So remember the interchange concept of right and left if it is standing on his head. Now let us take some few examples. Few examples means some few questions from this discussion. First question which I want to discuss is like this way, that first question, person, this is the question. The question is, a man starts from a point and walks 2 kilometers. Always one thing you must remember in deciding the direction, you fix the starting point and of course be careful to show the final point. So now I am considering the question. We have 4 types of questions in direction test. First type, this type which I am now going to discuss, is final direction. This is first type of questions where we will be discussing the final direction, which direction he is facing finally. This is first type. Final direction will decide facing which direction he is finally. Now look at the question. A man starts from a point. So always you start from a point, starting point, man start. Okay. Now the next point. He is walking 2 kilometers straight towards north. So north direction, 2 kilometers. Normally we don't have the direction, we don't have the distance concept, but sometimes it is very important. The distance will matter. Now after walking 2 kilometers, he turns towards his right. That means this side. You just think that you are as if walking and think your right hand side which direction? This east direction. So again he walks 2 kilometers. So again he walks 2 kilometers. Now after walking 2 kilometers, he turns right again. That means now you are walking this side. Your right hand will be this side towards south. His right hand is showing. So he is walking 2 kilometers again. 2 kilometers again. Because what happened? Start from this point 2 kilometers, right side. Now he walks 2 kilometers and again right side 2 kilometers. Finally straight. He is walking straight 2 kilometers. Now the question, which direction he is facing now? Which direction he is facing? South. So if you draw it properly and decide the final arrow, which direction the final arrow is showing, you will get the direction finally which direction is moving. This is first type. So answer is south. Now let us take the second question. Now the second question is Mr. X facing west. This is the second question. Now we are going to the second question. Mr. X facing west turns left. So this is the west direction. This is the east direction. Person is facing west. This is a person facing west. Turns which side? He is starting to his left. This side. Left facing west. This is the west facing. And what happened? He is facing towards west and turn left. That means this side. And walking 10 meters. Fine. Then he turns right. Now he turns right. So he is walking this side. He is right hand this side. Right and 5 meters. So now he is walking 5 meter. Fine. Next, 15 meters now to north. 15 meters to north. So 10 and some more. 15 meters towards north. 15 meter. Then from there 5 meter to east. East, that means from here he is turning east 5 meter. So he has reached this point. The second type of questions. Second question, the first type was which direction he is moving finally. Second type is which direction he is now from his starting point. Two types of question. One is which direction he is moving finally. Second type is which position he has arrived at the end from his starting point. His final position. This is his final position and this is his start. So his position finally is towards north. Final position is towards north. So your answer will be north will be the answer for final position from his initial position. So initial position is to be located and the initial position's north direction is final position. So answer is north direction. Now let us take the third question. Third question, what we now want to do is actually third type. Similar type, actually it is straight similar idea. The idea we have discussed before. First type, actually it is of the first type. That means he is walking and then turning and then finally which direction he is moving. This is the question. A man turns right after walking 50 meters straight. Then he walks 40 meters and turns to his right and walks 50 meters. Finally, he turns to his left and walks 10 meters. Now, if now he is moving north, it is actually the reverse. This question is the reverse type of question. That means what you need to do, which direction he has started. Final direction is said that a person is finally north position. So finally, now you have to do the reverse concept. Finally we are facing north. So north position is finally. How much he has traveled? You have to go back. You read from the backward direction. 10 meter he has walked and his face was towards north. 10 meters. Before that he turned to his left. That means now you think that you are going this side. From that side you are coming, which was previously to his left. That means which direction will be? If you take this direction towards this, if he is coming from this side, then left side is this. Now you are thinking we are starting, actually we are doing the problem this way. We will be doing the problem this way. We will be doing the problem from backward direction, because the question suggests that man is facing north finally. 10 meter he has walked straight. 10 meter he has walked. But before that he was such direction he was moving. From there he has turned left. That means if you take this arrow, its left position is this. So that was the previous direction. And 50 meter he walked from that side. 50 meters. Now what happened? He took right turn before that. And from there he has walked 50 meter. So right turn means you take left turn here. Oppositely you are thinking. Like here it was left turn. What I did, I have taken a right turn. Going back. Like it is a final position. I am going back. Going 10 meters here. Then instead of left, they are saying left. I am taking right. Now going 50 meter. Going back to the original position. Then they are saying it was left. It was right. Now it is right direction. Yes. This is a 10 meter from the left direction. So I have taken 10 meter going back. This is the final direction going back. Saying left was the turning, I am taking right, then it was right, going backward direction, reading from this side. Oppositely I am reading, took right direction, so I have taken left direction. Again 50 meter, again 50 meter, okay, again 50 meter, and then no, 40 meter, walks 40 meter, not 50, walks 40 meter. So going back, it was the final position. The 10 meter he was walking straight towards north. I have started from north direction and going back. Then instead of that is said to be left direction, I have taken right direction. Then it was said right direction, I have taken left direction. It was 40 meter, I am going 40 meter. Then before that it was a right turn. Before that it was a right turn. So going back, take left turn, and again 50 meter. So what is happening? From here he has started. This was the final direction north, 10 meter. We are retracing. हम लोग वापस चलेंगे. We'll go backward, 10 meter back this side. We are going north, I am going south because I am going back. पीछे से चलो. Now it was taken left turn, I have taken right turn. Going back, right turn. Then it was right turn, I am taking left turn, 40 meters. Then it was right turn, I have taken left turn again. जब right turn बोल रहा है यहाँ पर हम left turn ले लिए और 50 meter. This is the final, initial. This is the initial. So from, this is a ulta question, opposite question. This question is opposite. From initial to final our traveling. Since I know the final direction is north, so I started from north going towards south. Then that is said to be taking left, I have taken right. Then again right, I have taken left. Then again right, I have taken left. And position is this one. So which direction he started? He started moving towards west. Which direction he started? He started moving towards west. So this type of question, when it very rarely asked, the reverse question. Instead of telling the final direction, instead of asking the final direction, which direction the person is moving, final direction is said. Initial starting direction, what was that final initial direction, which direction the person was moving initially? So that was west. This is the third type of problem. Now coming to the next type. The next type is, now come to the next type. And the next type of question is, fourth type is shadow type. Shadow. Shadow type means this way. This is the question which will be shadow. What is the shadow? In the morning, two friends X and Y are standing face to face. X and Y are standing face to face. Shadow of Y falls exactly to the left of X. Now, morning time, sun is this side. This is the sun. So oppositely the shadow will be this side. Whose shadow? Shadow of Y. So shadow of Y is to the left of X. Now normally, if I think the person facing north, his shadow will be on the left. But it is not that. The person whose shadow, it is seen by the other person. So shadow of Y falls exactly left of X. Now left of X means, if this person is, X is this one, X is this person, then his left is this. Obviously his face is towards south, north, so X must be facing north because his direction, left direction is shadow. Shadow will be always left direction. In the morning time, any person's left side will give the shadow, whatever his shadow or other person's shadow. Any shadow, when the left direction, the person will be not facing. So who is not facing? X is not facing, because he is observing the shadow on the left side. But whose shadow? The other person's shadow. Who is he? He is Mr. Y. So that person Y must be facing to Mr. X. So Mr. X is not facing, Mr. Y will be facing south. So the question is what? Left direction of X is the shadow. Whose shadow is not very important. That means X left direction is shadow means X is not facing. Whose shadow I don't want to know. Any shadow, anything in the morning time, if in the left direction is anybody's, then the person will be not facing. Now whose shadow it was? Y. Y is facing X. Since X is facing north, Y is oppositely facing, that means he is faced towards south. That's the idea. So this type of shadow, the answer is south facing will be Y's position. Now the final type of problem which I want to discuss is final type, and that is angular movement. Angular movement means some rotation. Mr. X facing north turns 180 degree anti-clockwise. Mr. X facing north turns 180 degree direction anti-clockwise, then 225 degree clockwise direction. So Mr. X facing north. So this is the situation. Facing north, Mr. X, not facing. Now what he has done? He has turned 180 degree anti-clockwise. Anti-clockwise means from this direction. This east to north, north to west, and then south. So this direction movement is anti-clockwise. So person has turned 180 degree this way. This is 180 degree. Now what happened? 225 degree, again he rotated, movement was angular movement, anti-clockwise direction previously, now 225 degree clockwise direction. Now clockwise direction only from south to north towards east. How much? 225, 180 plus 45. So this final direction of the person is this direction, that is northeast. So which direction the person is facing finally? Northeast, because 180 degree anti-clockwise from north to south. Anti-clockwise means east to north, north to west, west to south. So when facing north, the person is changing direction towards 180 degree anti-clockwise, then his movement will be towards south. Now from there he rotates. Angular movement is 225 degree. So 185 degree clockwise and more 45 degree, more 45. 180 plus 45 is 225. So this 225 degree means final direction is this side, and that is north east. That is all about this topic, direction sense test, more or less. We will be getting some practice questions and we will see how much you have learned.